Welcome to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social, where we help you stay ahead of social media trends, share the latest news, and highlight the strategies that are working to help you grow your business. Now let's join our hosts, Tristan and Jeff, in 3, 2, 1.
We are back.
What's going on?
Episode 118, and this one's a little long time coming-ish because we were going to do it right after SocialCon. We've all gotten insanely busy because it's just what SocialCon did to us. But here we are with our good friend Zack Foust, Loft Realty, Delaware. Amazing brand, amazing business, amazing video, amazing social presence. Zack, I want to start first, though, and just kind of get your take on SocialCon. Maybe we can even talk a little bit about maybe what we could do for the next one. But what was your take as a contributor? You were on a panel, you led a panel, you listened to some of these people. What was your honest to God take on the event?
It was a very high level event. It was far from a beginner event. I'll put it that way. It could have been overwhelming for someone who walked in there who was just taking their first toe dip into social media, or, you know, they're just trying to get their confidence to get on camera. It probably wasn't the event for them, but for the people that have taken the steps, are starting to, you know, they're not all the way there, but they have the intent. You know, you put in some time, some months, some years. I haven't been to many other events that offered as much value as SocialCon. I think that largely has to do with the fact that you guys brought in a slew of hosts that weren't just real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Or guests or speakers.
Yep.
That was the whole idea behind it, man. I like it. So looking back at it, by the way, your video was great. It was on point. We used it a couple of times already.
Oh, which one?
The promo video.
Oh, yeah, the promo. Yeah.
That was
Love
great.
it.
Good.
Love it.
Good job on that, man.
Appreciate it.
How are you? So it's been about a month or so. It's a little over. Where are you gravitating to, man? TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook? What's changed? Anything you've added to doing things differently or more of?
Yeah, man, we're always tinkering with our systems, man. And you'll know more. Like, how many assistants you have? 37, 48,000, Tristan? Like you know more
Zack,
than I do.
I love you 3,000. Okay, I love you 3,000.
Yeah, I love you 3,000. You'll know more than anyone that as you're building out systems and structures and SOPs, as you're adding and growing, you're always tinkering and switching things. Okay, let's do this from here. Let's move that string there. A few different things we've shifted around with. We've gone deeper into AI. AI now, we have different templates set up for different forms of copyright that we see ourselves consistently running up against. The easy ones are MLS descriptions and things like that. But the other ones are writing an entire blog about the home. Emails that are actually going out that are customized about the home, integrated into our listing launch email platform. Making the AI actually now has a list of our descriptions that we've used on past YouTube videos that we wrote. And now we hand it to our AI with a specific prompt, and it pushes out a new description for our new video. And then we just add that description to the summary, and then it just keeps getting bigger and bigger with more data to pull from, and we keep getting better results. So just more reliance on taking what was working and making sure now it's optimal, if that makes sense.
I like that. So you're just going deeper in on what was already working.
Exactly. YouTube, like you'd said, you'd made specific platforms. YouTube, absolutely making more. I have my own personal YouTube channel, which I just released just like 3 weeks ago. SocialCon was probably Zachary Loft. It's a personal channel. I haven't had a personal channel. I had one where I did some gaming and stuff like that, but this is, you know, basically real estate content. And I'm really enjoying it because I'm only posting the content there. And I tell you what, I've been posting now. I've been posting now 3.5 weeks. Don't quote me. I might be wrong. I've already generated a $1.6 million seller referral down in Florida. And then they're buying 2 properties up here in Delaware and Maryland. And then another renter in the comments. So we got out, and basically now they're pre-approved, ready to buy. And that's been in 3.5 weeks of posting content. So I'm really going deeper and deeper on YouTube just for the SEO.
I love this on YouTube because what you did is, well, first of all, congrats, 8,600 followers in 3 weeks is pretty crazy.
Oh no, right? That's a different one. That's the gaming one. That I gotta figure out the email for that one and get it off. No, I only got 41 subscribers.
Oh, what the hell then? Which one am I looking at? Tell me the right one. I subscribe to that one.
I have no clue. Yeah, don't subscribe to that because you're not going to see a thing. I promise you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got
which one did you say, Tristan?
I've got two. One was at Zachary Loft, and the other one is at Zachary Dash Loft.
At Zachary Dash Loft, 42 subscribers, 39 videos. Yep.
Ah, I see.
But
what's Liftoff Agent?
Liftoff Agent is an old marketing company that partnered with us for a little bit. Got it. I think we have a few podcasts out with them. But I'll put it in the chat real quick. I have to get that other channel down. But regardless, even with the lack of subscribers, which a guy I look up to big time, Ken Pozek, what's up, Ken, down in Orlando, was a big push too to jump into the YouTube world, mainly because I kept making the excuse I don't have time. I'm pushing out so much content here already, and there already. And he was able to, look at my schedule, push here to the side, push that to the side, send that off. And he's like, cool, now you have time to shoot 2 a week. It's like, fuck you. Screw you. I'm sorry, we're live on YouTube. Sorry, my bad. But the YouTube push, and then just within 3 weeks of posting extremely SEO friendly content, super SEO friendly content.
Wait, what does that mean? Super SEO friendly content.
Stuff people are searching for. You'll look at the content. I mean, and it's going to continue to grow. I mean, at the time of anyone listening to this, hopefully there's 20, 30, 50 videos on there that emulate this. Right now there's 4, but they're 10 reasons to live here, 7 best cities in the area, the 3 things only locals know about. You're from blank if you know X, like different living in, moving to, top 10 cities to live. I've been on a few phone calls now. The one that was coming from Florida, Clearwater, Florida, which I already referred out. He just saw the video and he said, dude, I watch YouTube all the time since COVID. I got rid of television and I've been searching up different Maryland and Delaware stuff. You came up, and then he watched 4 of my videos. And before the guy even got on the phone with me, and these are all the YouTube calls, they already knew who I was. They knew my stupid humor. They knew I had a daughter. They knew they know enough to know they're going to enjoy our conversation. So they walk in with that already in their mind, and it just ends up being a smooth conversation.
Can I show something real fast? What I stumbled upon?
Yeah.
God, I know you stumbled upon something nasty. Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, that took me like 3 seconds to
look
realize.
at this. Look at this guy.
That's it right there. Yep.
How old were you here, Zach?
Man, I back from AIT, but before deployment, it was right in that 1 month gap. So I had to be 20.
20. So what we're looking at, for those of you just listening in, we're looking at Zach's baby face picture. Zach,
National Guard, man. National Guard. That's cool.
Full time. Yeah, I was technically guard, but full-time Army job, deployed, did the whole deal. It was fun. It was basically just being the Army, except they couldn't tell me when to move when they wanted me to move. I just got to go to different places. So that was nice.
You have above you hashtag Ask the Guard. Is that goes back to your prison guard days?
No, it was Ask the National Guard.
What's the irony of that? Because that has a lot to do with how your content took off, right? Like the security guard piece.
Yeah, no, you're right. I never thought of it that way, but you're absolutely right.
That's crazy.
It is. That's
how I started following you, those videos.
Mm-hmm. See, it's interesting. I gain a lot of following from that, and that's awesome. And I this is one reason I don't like talking about TikTok on stages is I got so lucky, man. I got so lucky, just being able to talk about.
You're also doing shit at the time. That's the point too,
Very, very true. And there's 100%. I will always I'm on Clapper right now, like the TikTok backup. It's terrible. It's basically Musical.ly before TikTok bought it. That's what people are banking on. And I'm on it. It's just getting the duplicated content from other platforms. But you're right. But at the same exact time, I did get really lucky. And some people do, unfortunately, kind of look at my old content as the guide for what they should be doing. And that's just not the world anymore. The world is hyper niche, personal, entertaining, trendy, but hyper niche. If you're not hyper niche, if you're the first 3, you can gain a following. But if you don't have the hyper niche element, you're not going to build a business. And that's the tougher part to do.
I love that you brought this up, because now this is going to go down a different rabbit hole that I want to ask you a question about. So
Yeah.
Hyper niche, 1,000,000% correct. You talk to a social media coach, in quotations, they tell agents, hyper niche, go super niche. Agent says, following direction, I'm going to be XYZ. But what the social media coach didn't tell them was that you, as most agents, you don't get to choose your niche. Your audience chooses your niche. This goes back to what you just said. You got lucky. No, you didn't get lucky. You executed, and obviously you reaped the result of being early in. But your audience dictated what your original content was going to.
Can I give you? Yeah, 100%.
Well, let me finish. And save your thought. Save your thought. So had you gone into TikTok, maybe all in on real estate, for example, you may not have gotten where you are today, but because you went all in on telling those stories, then it gave you the confidence to really ramp up your game. You got really good at it. You do the zoom in, zoom out. You're just proficient at creating content now, which is now makes you really good at doing it on the real estate side, which most agents don't have that proficiency. So first of all, what were you going to say? But second, like, how would you comment on that niche thing that people think, well, I'm going to be the expert of X, Y, Z, but then it doesn't work because their audience doesn't care. So what do you say to that?
I'd say just like all content, and this is one thing I'm having to learn still to say. What I was going to say is the point comes down to even the last video I just posted. It was super niche. It was like an overrated, underrated of Delaware. I was like, man, no one's going to see this. And I posted, it's got like 25,000 views, and I gained like over 100 followers that are from Delaware, which is everything I want. And TikTok, like, screw the billions. I want the 986,000 people in Delaware. And so hyper niche. But then the other three elements of you have to be relatable, you have to be entertaining, and you have to be consistent. If you're not doing all four of those, you're going to look, and you're right. A lot of coaches will just throw out hyper niche, but then, okay, let's get to relatable. So many people have not put in the reps to become relatable on camera and real on camera. So like to what you had said is, what's my point on that? Or what's my take on that? My take is, again, I got lucky, but luck comes to those who are well prepared for it. Bingo. So yeah, I got lucky, but it was 2 years of shooting a lot of content. And I'm still learning. Like I'm telling you right now, the last video on my TikTok, that overrated, underrated for Delaware, I'm going to shoot 80 of those. That's going to be weekly. You're going to see it. And I guarantee I'm going to get virality out of them too. Yeah. And they're Delaware facing. It went from, this isn't going to work, to me seeing the results like, we're going to do this every single week, twice a week.
And by the way, 43 subscribers, you just gained 2, by the way. And that short got 1,700 views, 1,700 views on a channel that has 43 subs. That's really freaking great, relatively speaking.
Yeah. And that's just the world we're living in now. And I've had to adjust. And I think everyone's had to adjust to a world where anything can go viral. So everything needs to be as niche as possible.
Yeah.
Does all this social media knowledge, strategies, and skills from this podcast really matter if you don't use video? The truth is, any presence is better than no presence, but without video, you're really limiting your growth. It's no secret that video is the future of all media. It's where all consumers gravitate, so executing at a higher level than your industry peers is an absolute necessity to create differentiation. You can hire a full-time videographer, but is that really sustainable? The answer is no for many, which is why it is critical that you adopt and learn video skills to allow you to create video that will stand out. Having camera presence, knowing what equipment to use and how to use it, proper lighting, video editing, music and voiceovers, scripting, and many other topics are the reason why Business Video School was created. To teach you how to develop these skills quickly and easily with over-the-top support along the way so that you never feel lost. The Business Video School is a comprehensive video education platform that delivers all of this training, but also creates actual video recipes with instructions and scripts for you to execute relevant content weekly with all of the skills you learn. And it doesn't stop there. Regular video challenges, weekly Q&As, a real estate video roadmap, a community of people learning and experimenting with video, and so much more. Seriously, what are you waiting for? Why wouldn't you join the Business Video School today? Go to www.bizvideoschool.com/open-house and register for the next open house where you'll learn more and get a chance to hear from current students and even ask them questions. That's bizvideoschool.com. Check it out.
Tristan, I know we've only got you for about 6 more minutes, so I want you to, say what you have to say, ask what you have to ask.
Yeah, tell me how you feel, man.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
You mentioned, so this is a little bit different. There's 2 things. One, I want to talk about trending videos because you also catch on certain trends and do the right music, the right style, right? Because you're paying attention. That's my one. But just in case I don't have time to ask this, is you're telling me and Jeff and our audience that you got lucky. And anytime I say that, I'm just putting myself into what you're saying, okay? Anytime I say that is because somebody's bitched at me or said some shit to me. So I'm preempting it and I'm saying, look, listen, I got lucky. So it's my humility that comes out because I want to just be like, I'm going to get ahead of this. And I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm addressing everybody who fucking hates me already, right? All my haters. And I'm just going to say, I got lucky. But the way that you lead with it, I need you to give yourself more fucking prompts, dude. You need to give yourself more prompts because I love you. I think you're one of the coolest dudes, humble, amazing, but you can't let people get under your skin like that. Like, you got this shit, dude. You showed up.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh no, it's none of that. No, but I got in at the right time. Because see, if here's
doing the work.
100%. Here's my argument. Here's where I give myself the luck side. And again, you're right. Everyone knew about the app. It's not like I had a secret code to get it before anyone else did, or I had the ability to shoot a video. Like my camera was working and everyone else's wasn't. We all had the same opportunity. Let's not get that twisted. The thing I'd say is the reason I don't like to get up and talk about it is because the game plan I followed and the blueprint I followed, I would not give to somebody else. I would not say, hey, go watch my channel from the beginning. Do it this way at all. And that's where
now, right? Go watch your channel now.
Yeah, exactly. And watch and still analyze, what am I doing wrong? Where can things be better? I think all of us do that really well, is humbly being able to analyze somebody for their strengths and weaknesses and being able to almost adapt them to ourselves and see their weaknesses in us too. Like, oh, I say that made me feel X when he said that. I'm wondering if I'm making other people feel X when I say that, and I think just having that awareness to content. I forget who it was. Y'all had a speaker up there. He was the guy who rapped for y'all.
Kennedy Hart.
Kennedy had a great slide talking about conscious consumption of content. I don't know if that's how he had it headlined, but the 3 C's sound nice. But, conscious consumption of content, thinking what made my thumb stop, what made me smile? Why am I still here? Like if I'm watching if I'm watching a basketball game, like I'm watching a ton of right these days, the NBA playoffs is on. I'm really pushing for the Lakers. Go for the
Lakers. Okay, good. I was gonna say I'm about to leave. So, it better be the Lakers.
I'm a Cleveland guy since birth. So 97 picked up the Cavaliers. 2001 discovered this boy played in St. Vincent, St. Mary. So I've been a fan for a while. I want to see him get another ring. But either way, he had said different things to the amount of like that conscious consumption. Like if I'm sitting there watching TV, I'm watching a basketball game and I'm looking at my phone during commercials and my head pops up during a commercial. Why?
Yeah.
What drew my attention away from what I was choosing to watch to what they're paying to have me watch? They just did something. I need to think about that moment. I think that's what great marketers do. So I'm trying to get better at it.
That's really good. And by the way, I'm rooting for Denver big time. Just so you guys know.
Listen, I'm a Cavaliers fan. I'm still very disappointed we were first round out. Very disappointed. I don't know.
It's
I
the
think-
underdog,
I think
man.
there's- I think
LeBron
there's no
James.
way- I think there's no way it's finished in under 6 games. And yeah, and it's tough to see LA losing in LA. Here's the thing. Here, when I look at this series, here's what I look at. I look at the first 2 games are in Denver, right? Do you firmly believe that you can walk into LA 2-0? Because you need to maintain your home court advantage.
I think,
and I just
well, I
don't
mean,
believe that.
Yeah.
Not with the way they're playing right now. It's just really tough.
LA though, they are old, and I think they're going to run out of gas.
Not
That's
since the trade deadline.
Yeah.
D'Lo and Vanderbilt, definitely young.
I really hope our audience is into the NBA, because
now
otherwise
Jokic
we
should
just tuned a
definitely
bunch of
walk in
people
and
out.
just step on the side of AD's knee if they really
Also
want to
true.
win the series,
Yes, that's true.
and they'll be solid.
It's true. You know, LA versus Boston would be very vintage, though. That'd be kind of cool.
And they're tied for 17 rings apiece all time.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Dude, that I didn't know.
Yep. But then I would root for Jason Tatum because he's from St. Louis. So just so you guys know, I'm not rooting for LA either way, just so you know.
Man's a basketball god. Hopefully everyone loves basketball. And NBA is doing such a great job at being hyper niche with their content.
They do a good job. You're
They
right.
do a great job.
Let's go back to the conscious, the 3 C's. Unless Tristan, you had something more to add to the basketball. Yeah, let's go back to that, because I think you know, we all the word I like to use is intentional. You know, be intentional. Bye, Tristan. Great to see you again.
See, I'm glad I said bye.
Intentional use of social. Like, you know, you open up, you've probably done this. I open up Instagram or TikTok with every intent of posting. Something grabs my attention, and I'm gone. I lost 30 minutes. I'm like, fuck, what was I supposed to be doing? And you have to be intentional. Like, you have to go there and don't let it suck your time. Yours is different. It's conscious. Like, what grabbed your attention, and then, you know, kind of compound from that. Let's see.
Yeah. I wouldn't schedule it in as work time, but you know, time after work or watching.
I mean,
it could
it's
be
prospecting to a degree.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And that's where I wish my screen time on my iPhone could differentiate my social media time between actively posting, responding to DMs and comments, and just scrolling popular pages. Because my screen time always looks atrocious, but I'm like, most of this is working. Yeah, the time that we're off chilling and able to just scroll consciously, being able to kind of analyze what's picking up your attention, what's not.
Dude, honestly, that is, have you heard that from somewhere, or did you just conceive that? Those 3 C's.
I just recently, I made that up as I said it, but the concept of doing it, yeah, I literally just said those words.
Conscious consumption of content, and that's got to like go on a graphic somewhere. That's really good with Zack's face on content. Yeah,
I picked it up really early from Gary V. That's one of the first things I remember learning from Gary V was just almost him breaking the fourth wall for me. Like, everything's advertising. He's like, no, everything's advertising. Like, and just like, look at it. And you start looking at it, and it's just like, yo, everything's advertising. Like, my Facebook profile, like, I'm just advertising my personal life. That's all I'm doing. So, like, everything's an ad. So I was like, okay. And then it taught me to just, you know, start looking at it from that perspective. So how do I have a better hook? What do I say here that gains people's attention? What's a bad ad look like? I think that's where he kind of pulled it out from, because he's so big on that.
I love it. It's I say you are a media company. So I tell, when I speak, I tell real estate agents, I'm like, stop telling people you're a real estate agent, because now you're just diluting yourself with the rest of the industry. If you start introducing yourself as a media company who sells real estate, that's where the differentiation starts to come in. Then if you live that, as people like you do, that's where the success then will follow. Because if you're just a real estate agent, well, you can put the same sign in the yard, put the same listing up on the MLS. You could do the same, basically the same marketing, all the same. What differentiates you? When you become a media company, now you create massive differentiation.
I like that.
Steal it. Feel free. Because I just stole something of yours. So.
Oh, did you?
Well, yeah, the CCC. Except we'll put your face on it. Yeah. Yes, that's going to happen. Okay, I want to go back to one thing before we wrap up, because I love these just candid conversations. But when you say you got lucky, when you say you wouldn't teach somebody to do it the way you did it, I respectfully disagree, and here's why. And this is a compliment to you. You really grew. First of all, you adopted and embraced a platform that everyone else thought was stupid. Number one, very key point. We talk about this a lot. Don't sleep on Lemonade. Don't sleep on whatever's next. Don't sleep on Clubhouse. That's where you and I met. Don't sleep on these platforms waiting to see, because then the opportunity passes you by. But number two, you pulled on your history, your life, your something that you experience, your experiences, and you told stories. That to me is where the success really came from on TikTok, because you didn't jump into the platform and start vomiting and spamming people with, I sell this for a living, buy it. It was, let me tell you a story. And, it wasn't exactly that the way it was done. And maybe you didn't even conceive it that way, but you lent on your life experiences and you told stories, and then you documented it by pressing play. And I think if more real estate agents did that, more just sales professionals in general, business owners did that, it's so relatable or interesting or entertaining, all of the above in your case. That's where they're going to end up finding, I think, success, rather than, again, trying to find, having no presence and then going hyper niche.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I agree with you. Storytelling was another one that I picked up early. Tony Robbins, I had heard talk about, and he was the reason I quit my job, listening to his
Really?
Conquer Cortez, burn the boats. You can't have a plan B if light plan B on fire type deal.
Yep.
And he was big on storytelling. I mistook the advice a bit to start telling a ton of stuff about my life, which ended up, yes, attracting the audience. But if I'm telling someone, okay, you don't have 2.5 years in a budding platform, I want to get this running and at least comfortable in 3 to 6 months and profitable in 6 to 12 months. I'm going to tell you, especially if you're getting started in real estate, storytell. But man, I wish I could go back to day zero to make a TikTok video and literally give myself the best video possible. It's day zero. I don't know what I'm doing. I still have a full-time job. This is day zero of me trying to become a full-time real estate agent, and just do that every day. Day 117 will go viral. Then day 142 takes off. And then you get a following by day 168. And before you know it, now at day 200, you have a following and a budding real estate career. You're able to quit your other job. And now you have 200,000 people, or 20,000 or 2,000 that are celebrating with you. Yeah. And so that's what I wish I'd done from day one that I didn't do. That's the game plan I'd hand over to people.
The key, I think, to what you just said was, and hear what he said video number 117. And I think that is where, more than anything, the strategy is important, but the consistency, the discipline to stick with it when 116
doesn't do shit.
Relative flops. Yeah. That's hard, man. That's hard.
It is hard. But man, it takes 117 workouts for that friend of yours to come up and say, dude, you're looking kind of trim.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen in 2 weeks, but on day 117, it feels damn good.
Yeah. Yeah. So true, man. So true.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing I would have shifted, but
I love it. So let me ask you one more question. What's next, man? What are you eyeing that maybe the majority of the industry or the world is not, that you're going to be implementing with your personal brand, with your business, whatever?
2 things come to mind. New video studio being built out, launching 2 podcasts, 1 agent facing, 1 client facing. One is just going to be all guest of Delaware, teacher of the year, police officer, business owner, just bringing in the people that should have a voice, giving them that opportunity, and combining it with the structure and preparation that we have to make sure it's entertaining, that they're comfortable. Hey, this is how you should act in front of a camera. Do this with your hands. Like, we're interacting like a conversation. Do you need a glass of whiskey? We got one in the case, like stuff like that. And then another one that's strictly for agents. And that'll be me bringing other top agents from the area that aren't even on our team, and having the dual facing opportunity of recruiting possibly them, but also the opportunity of being able to put out good agent facing content. The other side of it is, and we talked about it, I think a little bit in LA, is we have a big partnership going forward to make some Mr. Beast style content. And I think people might go ahead.
No, go on. I'm excited.
So Mr. B style content, we got a deal we're drawing up. I don't want to drop names yet because we don't have it signed yet. But it goes as deep as, I mean, we're having a big mini mansion party in Dallas in August at the Tom Ferry Summit. We got, I mean, over 75 different planned short form videos, 6 gigantic videos with big budgets that are being hosted at our local NASCAR track. We literally have the keys to use whatever part of the Monster Mile and Dover that we want, night, daytime, lights on, sound system, the whole deal. So we're going to make some awesome content. We just want to take a new opportunity to attack something first, like we did TikTok. And to me, if you don't watch Dude Perfect, Mr. Beast, How Ridiculous, all these different creators are all doing it the same way now. Getting us a way that people want to watch it, they want to click it, and then keep engaged. And no one in real estate's doing it yet. Same way no one was doing TikTok. Yeah. So I view this as the new opportunity. I got a partner to make it happen. We have the experience. It could flop and you'll never.
I lost you
Now
for a second.
Yeah.
You're back.
Yeah. Could be a flop, could be the best.
You said it could flop, and then I lost you.
Yeah. It could flop. It could flop completely, or it could be fantastic. But the root of the contract and the partnership is at 6 months, over 90 pieces of total content, all mixed in with us also getting this video studio and pushing it also through, we have over 6.3 million worth of co-marketed influencers are going to be involved in these videos with us, both in and out of real estate. I don't think
so.
It'll flop,
This is.
But even if it does, it'll be fun.
You say Mr. Beast, I think of a very specific style and uniqueness. Is this going to be very real estate centric?
No.
Mr. Beast style?
Nope.
No.
Real estate involved is how I'll put it. Real estate involved, unscripted. Now, for instance, I have a couple that are, but they're, even when they are, they aren't. And like, I'll give the video title for this one. We have like $1 million plus listing that's going to be listing in October. So we're already planning the video for it and have it all drawn out, timeline, everything. It's like 6 pages of the exact logistics behind how we're going to do a hand on the home contest. Last hand on the home gets to list it. And our whole team gets to play.
Cool.
And so there's this $1 million home that you get the commission on.
How fun.
Last hand on it gets it.
How fun is that?
I mean, right? Exactly. And 6 different videos, all in that same kind of world. And we got our partner, we got it lined up. We got like SOPs worth of logistics lined up. We're really excited for that. I'd be lying if I didn't say that one.
It's badass. That's badass. That's incredible. Is there anything that someone can watch out for in order to know when this goes live so they can tune in?
Yeah, YouTube channel, and TikTok especially will be the 2 main landing places. A lot of like the live behind the scenes happens on Instagram and Facebook via the stories and things like that. Shorts and stuff, just random picture posts, but the actual produced made it to the end of the game will be like that TikTok, YouTube side for sure.
So go subscribe, Zachary-Loft.
I'm gonna find out what YouTube channel that other one's associated, or what email it's associated with, and get it out.
Zachary-Loft. I'll say it again. It'll be in the show notes, all that jazz. There's looks like a French bulldog is the cover photo with your team.
Absolutely. Yep, that would be it.
I love it. And let me also say in closing, notice what he said. I don't want to minimize this. The 2 podcasts that you mentioned, are you doing all of those live, by the way, locally?
Yeah, they'll be live. And we have 2 different YouTube channels. So the one will go to one, the one will go to the other. And they'll be utilized as for clips. I mean, because if we're doing 2 podcasts, for example, and I tell my guys, hey, we're shooting for 45 minutes. I want at least 5 clips out of this, 3 that probably make it out, 5 that get stored in total. You know, I just built myself 6 clips there. We do a short form batch on Tuesdays. I do a live on Thursdays. I mean, I'm building myself like 16 short form clips a week.
But more importantly, and this is, I think, where a lot of people miss the boat on podcasting. You're using it to gain geographic influence. Like you're gonna become the aggregator of all things Delaware. So you're gonna gain a ton of eyeballs. People are gonna love you. They're gonna get the feels with you because people feel strongly about local businesses. You're going to use it for your own insight. You're going to be interviewing people that aren't with your brokerage. You're going to learn what they're doing, because here's the deal. If you call XYZ agent, Joe Smith agent down the street and say, hey, can I pick your brain for an hour? They're like, I don't have time for that. But when you call them and say, you want to be on my podcast? They're usually say, I'd love to. And now you get 60 minutes. Oh, and by the way, there's going to be a recruiting effort in there. This is gold. I just wanted to point that out because it's the way you should podcast. No one's going to, Zach's not going to become Joe Rogan. I'm not going to become Joe Rogan, but we use it to grow our influence, grow our sphere. Zach and I are connected for this exact same reason. This is exactly how we got connected. It's powerful, man. You just got to know how to use it.
Yep. And especially if anyone listening to this is in a city like we are in Dover, that's actively in a push to build itself, grow itself, a lot of energy, a lot of passion around downtown Dover. It's our capital. It's a perfect time to start putting these voices on a bit of a pedestal with the platform we built. So excited for sure.
It's beautiful, dude. Beautiful. So I told him Zachary.loft or -loft on YouTube. Where else can someone connect with you?
Easiest place, man, is always Instagram. It's always going to be Instagram. I don't have the blue check, even though I guess I should pay for it because there are some bots that live there, but it's just Zachary Loft. And that I always will be answering DMs. If you're ever curious about any masterminds or anything that we're involved in, please just jump in there. Let me know. Gladly let you know what we got going on. But otherwise, I'm an open book.
I love it, dude. You're always a great friend and family of Drunk on Social, and we will do this often. And
please,
hopefully you'll be at the next
jump
one.
on here and monthly cut it up on what's changing, what's moving, what's going on. All
Great
for
idea.
it.
You heard that, Ann and Joel. Let's add them to the monthly rotation or bi-monthly, maybe, depending. We're not very consistent with this, so
45 days. We'll cut it right in the middle. Appreciate
I love
you,
it,
man.
man.
Love you.
I appreciate you as well, man. See you, brother.
Appreciate you, Tom, man.
Thanks for listening to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social. We are here to help you take your business to new levels through social media. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes and come join us on our Drunk on Social Facebook page. And as always, make sure you leave us a great review on your favorite podcast app. Feedback and likes are very much appreciated.